Spurs TV for tonight's edition of uh, Come Spurs TV, the aftermath. It's been one of those evenings that I don't quite know how to describe it. Was it disappointment? Is it elation that we got away with something from the match? I don't know. It's one of these really difficult ones. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Yeah. I've got guests with me tonight. I've got Falabi. Falabi is joining us from Abuja. And also we got, yeah, and then we've got Ben. Ben is joining us from stateside. Hi, Ben. How are you? All right. Your audio seems to be off, Ben. All right. So we'll come to you in a second once we fix that. Yeah, it's one of these really difficult ones. What do you guys think this match? Ben, yeah, any thoughts?
Hi.
Let's hear. Hi, yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah. The match. Okay, there was a match, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
I don't know what to say, really. Is there no one else that can talk about them? I'm just trying to gather myself. Falabi, where are you?
He's probably having dinner. Yeah, it's probably having dinner.
Oh, he's having dinner.
I know, right?
I beg, throw away some throw away Albado here now. I beg.
After what I went through in that game, you don't need to throw anything away at you.
No.
Loris.
No, the match was. I could have had more fun if I painted my bedroom and watched it dry.
Yeah, I don't know. I really couldn't quite. I mean, I don't know. We just didn't pick up pace at all. I mean, they just seemed to be so flat. I mean, even though we had plenty of possession, plenty of the ball, we didn't really have that cutting edge there for some reason. I don't know what happened there. I thought we would have kicked off from scoring the goal. Now let's even go back from the beginning and say, okay, fine. If you're watching us for the first time, this is Come Spurs TV. We're live and we're reviewing the match between West Ham and Spurs at the London Stadium. Late kickoff, midweek, Wednesday in London. We didn't have we didn't have far to travel, and so I mean, I'm not sure we had any excuses for lethargy or anything like that. So the first thing was, let's look at the starting lineup. Starting lineup, we had regulars, and the only change made was Bissouma for Bentancur. I understand that Bentancur had an injury, so one wasn't available. So it just left us with Bissouma and Højbjerg. Now, what did you make of that pairing, Ben?
Well, Bissouma and Højbjerg, same kind of player. Bissouma in the first half was suffering from what most people in our forums are saying is first start syndrome. So I think it looked like he hadn't trained with those guys for some time because he didn't know where they were. You normally, if you spend some time with the team and you've been training with them, you know where your players are. You know which runs they're going to make. You know where to find them.
Yeah.
But today, Bissouma first half wasn't doing it for me. Some of the guys in the forum were thinking that the sun was shining out of his proverbial, but I couldn't see that. But the thing to look at is we had Bentancur injured. It upset the team formation. I think that what Conte is trying to do is trying to bring these players in gently. He's taken in 7 months to get the bulk of the team to play as a team. These new guys have only been with him for a month. So that's why he's bringing them in gently. People keep on clamoring, I should play Richarlison. I should play this. He bought new players. Why don't we play them straight away? Well, he's the one earning 15 million. No one else is. So we all have mouths on us, but we're not being paid to be the manager of Spurs or the coach of Spurs. So
yeah, I mean, we've had quite a few.
He knows best. I believe in him. So I think it was forced. Bissouma's start was forced on him, and it showed. To be fair, it
Yeah,
did show.
I think
And I thought he was going to compound it by bringing on Skippy as well.
yeah, I think one of the things was one of the difficulties for Bissouma was he picked up an early yellow card, and it's totally unnecessary one for that matter as well. Because if you look at how he got the yellow card, it wasn't for the foul, but it was for the dissent, and he threw the ball on the floor, and that was totally unnecessary. So that for me kept him on the back foot and under pressure from the get go. And then he had Sanchez also pick up the yellow card in the first half, which then meant that they had to be really, really careful with their approach to the match. So it kind of left us a little bit exposed from that perspective. I think those two early yellow cards had an effect on how the game was managed, at least from the middle of the park. And it wasn't helped by the fact that, in my view, that in the second half, I think Holbeck picked up an injury, and it may have sort of hindered his mobility for a short while. I actually thought it was going to be subbed, but apparently he continues. But we could see that. I mean, he plays a normally crucial role in that middle of that park. Bobby,
Yes,
dinner over. You're back with us.
Yes.
Dinner sorted.
I've always been with you.
Right.
I just wasn't showing my face.
That's okay. That's all right. Right. You were saying, I was trying to sort of say, look at Bissouma and his early performance. What did you think?
Bissouma. Well, I'm a fan of Bissouma. Let's remember, Bissouma was one of our first signings, and we signed him very early. So it's just not one. He's been with us for a few months. He was at all the preseason training. He was at all the preseason matches. He played. He got injured. I mean, not injured. He got COVID in.
COVID, yeah.
He goes and. But I expected a lot more. Bissouma may have a bit of jitters, but he shouldn't have had jitters because he was playing away from home. If he was playing from at home, I can understand a bit of nerviness. But don't forget, he's come on in almost every game. This is our fourth game of the season, right?
The fifth game, yeah, fifth game, yeah.
He's come on in 3 of the games, and he started today. So I don't see where the nerves should be coming in. As for grass chopper, well, as for grass chopper, I will call him grass chopper because that guy, you cannot give that guy the ball. Him and Maurice, I don't know what their game plan was today, but they should stop that faffing around of trying to pass the ball out from the back. They should just stop it with immediate effect.
Yeah, we had a few heart and mouth moments with Maurice and Sanchez at the back. We nearly give away a free hit at some point, didn't we?
Look, the first half. The first half. We played well. Generally, we played well. But Bissouma created a bit of a problem for us with that unnecessary yellow card. Emerson Raw now had to not attack the way he would normally attack because he now had to try and protect Grass Chopper after that one got his own yellow card. So we are now playing with like 10.5 men because the 2 people, both on the right-hand side, had to play with a lot of caution.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't play with their normal intensive ways. They had to play with a lot of caution. Reserve. Huh?
Sanchez get intensity.
Grass chopper. He tends to.
Go back. He always goes back. He always goes back. He plays back to me.
He doesn't go forward. So I don't know why
he doesn't
pass the ball to him. Because he's going to pass the ball back to Maurice. And everybody knows this. Lloris is going to pass. Why didn't Lloris ever pass the ball to Davies? He's always passing the ball to Grasshopper, and Grasshopper is going to pass the ball back to Lloris. And Lloris annoyed me so much today, especially in the second half, because he played like somebody that's inexperienced. That was my annoying thing. He's the captain of France. He's a World Cup winner, and he played like somebody that was a freshman without
But he's also
without playing with his football brain.
he's also a human being. So
Yeah,
I
your
gotta allow him
passing,
that one.
your passing.
Yeah.
Lloris was the creator of their goal. We were under in the first half. They didn't put us under any pressure. We were controlling the whole game, the entire game. We allowed them to come back into that game in the second half.
Right. So I think we can't start ourselves in the foot because let's talk ourselves with the first goal. Now we had that penalty shot, didn't we? The goal came before the penalty, didn't it? Before the penalty shot. Now, brilliant play by Kulusevski as usual, and then free up play and put the ball across. Trying to get Son. I mean, that would have been a perfect Son Kane combination. So for me, that was a fun goal. It wasn't an own goal. I would say that was a fun goal from my perspective, But good play to get in that position. I mean, and then Son put the defender under a lot of pressure, and he obviously forced him into that error. Now, I thought we had good first half, like you said. I mean, my only little concern was the fact that West Ham have this amazing energy when it comes to playing against us, and they just seem to sort of lift up, get a bit of extra energy. I think after we had that penalty shout turned down, I think it took about 4, 5, 6 minutes or so before they finally got the decision overturned. You notice that West Ham seems to have been rejuvenated and kind of kept attacking and had this bit of energy about them. Ben, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they did have energy. That especially, I mean, after the goal they scored, man, it was as if someone just gave them some Lucozade. They were all over us. Pardon me.
Yeah.
They were all over us like a rash, and they made us look. They made us look like we'd gone back to the Mourinho days. The pre-Conte days. It was not nice to see. But I don't think it took us back to those days because not all those players were available to Mourinho back in the day. But they did make us go all shaky. I think today was one of the days where, if you look at what we've played so far, the past 5 games now, we haven't really hit where we should be, where we left off last season. So we're going through our own chop breakfast time. We're going through our chop breakfast time. You know what I mean? So, but we're still winning. We're still winning. Look at other teams. Look at Liverpool. Look at City. Look at Chelsea, for Christ's sake. The only people who never chop breakfast now the scum. The scum. They're the only guys who never chop breakfast. But their own time they come now. We know.
Absolutely.
When they start to yab their manager, they call Arteta all sorts of names. So that one has small beans. So I think we're going through a patch now. We haven't really hit where we should be, and we will. And when we do, when everyone's gelled in, I think we'll do much better. So I'm happy that we're not losing. We're unbeaten. I think when Arsenal went unbeaten that season, the what were they called? I don't know what they were called, the Untouchables or the Twits or the scum. I don't know what they were called then.
Well, but they were Invincibles or something like that. But hey,
Invincibles. That's it. Oh, Invisibles. But whatever happened, I don't think they ever got pissed off with draws. So we didn't lose. We drew. We move. That's what I say.
I totally agree.
Remember this. This is West Ham. Let's go back 3 seasons and see in the last 3 seasons what we've done when we went to their ground, their home. What have we done?
London Stadium.
I don't think
London Stadium.
Yeah, I don't think we've. Yeah, London Stadium. I don't think we've ever come away with anything better than a draw. So let's not get it twisted. I think the draw was a good result. I think they were on an upper after their first win of the season. But listen, many people would have said, "Oh, they were the bottom of the table last week. They just won one game." Yeah, Arsenal were third. They had lost 3 games in a trot, never scored a goal last season, and yet they finished 1 point behind us. So as one of our famous forum members says, the ball is round.
Absolutely.
I don't know what that means, but he just chucks it. The ball is round.
If you're joining us for the first time, this is Common Use Spurs TV. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Click on the notification button to get notified anytime we go live. We're live discussing the match between West Ham and Tottenham at the London Stadium. Ended up 1-1. First goal scored by I say Son. They say it's a non-goal, but hey, what do I know? And then had equalizer from Suche. Now we talked through the first goal earlier on. Falabi, that second goal. I mean, for me, from a Spurs perspective, I thought it was a poor goal to give away. What did you think?
It's a schoolboy era goal to give away.
Yeah,
it's
because well, yeah, you're right. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it just seems to have fallen asleep.
Too many errors. First and foremost, Lloris's kick out was pathetic. I think he was trying to pass the ball to Perisic. It was just a pathetic pass. It was just too relaxed, too
lackadaisical.
Too lackadaisical, absolutely. They now had a throw-in, and they took it quickly. How do you turn your back when they're having a throw-in? When you want to go back into
so close to our box as well, for that matter.
Facing them.
Yeah.
You know?
That was disappointing from Spurs' perspective.
Oh, yeah, we're in control, we're this. Suddenly, bang, they score. You know? It was, I mean, that's going to cause ricochets. I know Don Conte will not take that goal. There are people who are going to be seriously